At BOXX, we have a predict, prevent, insure model. So a big piece of that is making sure we understand the environment our insured has before we offer them coverage. And part of that will be not only just the typical scan to see what kind of vulnerabilities they have, but we have a team of virtual CISOs on staff, our Hackbusters team. They'll go dig through that report, have a one-on-one call with the insured, make sure they're configuring their systems correctly and addressing any vulnerabilities we discover. And we've had great success with that. Given the fact we have the Hackbuster team come in and review the client security posture before insuring them, when claims occur, we're able to mitigate those claims at a much higher level. We're allowed to go into the systems, look for issues, and basically restore from backup very effectively, given that we made sure the controls are adequate before we start insuring the client. One of the big areas we're looking at in terms of artificial intelligence is how we can better scan and protect our clients. We've been looking at tools that will help identify vulnerabilities at a faster rate and also be more aware of any current threats and push those threats from awareness and intelligence to an actual response at a quicker rate using artificial intelligence. With all the new threats coming like quantum computing, AI, one of the big things we're seeing is that clients want clear promises. Ultimately, an insurance contract is a promise to our client to make sure we'll deliver if something happens to them. So one of the areas we've seen is that there's a lot of implicit coverage in a lot of insurance policies for these threats. What we've strived to do at BOXX is to provide clarity around those promises, and in fact addressing some of these exposures in particular so that the clients know they have clear coverage from us.
Yes, I do think there's a value added in providing those services to the insured, and I do think that it reduces the overall claims severity and frequency for our insureds. It additionally adds an edge in the market for us to help provide better security for those insureds and build a greater partnership between the two of us. We're not there just for the policy and the premium. We are truly there to prevent and help predict those losses. So small businesses have limited funds, and there's always a battle on the balance sheet to allocate resources. Over the past decade or so, as cyber has evolved, those SME spaces have been trying to find the funds to really cover all aspects of insurance. Unfortunately, cyber tends to fall to the low side when you're talking about the greater scheme of the insurance portfolio. So that's where the greatest gap exists within the SME space. I do think that it is a duty of the broker, ourselves as the carrier, and the market as a whole to really educate on the risk and not fearmonger, but really tell where the value is and show that value within the services and the products that are offered. By us offering services via the policy and some of the applications to the insured, we keep the broker included in that process, and we allow them to be a greater advocate for the insured and their end client. That allows us all, again, to work as a partner and really move the conversation forward. We need the brokers to convey the message and to be our voices out there, because we are few and they are many, and it allows us to really sell home the protection.
The interesting thing about cyber insurance is it affects every different type of client, every type of business there is. So by developing that native cyber expertise, understanding the businesses we're insuring, understanding the exposures they contend with, it's a natural entree to offering other lines of coverage to them. For example, Tech in particular, very much aligned with the cyberspace. Cyber originally actually evolved out of a lot of Tech policy wording. It's a very natural bridge for us. Given the experience we have understanding our clients, understanding their businesses across a wide array of industry types, that experience in their cyber insurance lends itself to understanding their business and other lines of coverage as well.